Hey guys, today I have another celebrity-inspired makeup look. I fell in love with this photo of Megan Fox. Celebrity makeup artist Patrick Ta created this look on her, so I had to recreate it. But let's get into it. To start off this look, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Mint Melt Cooling Primer. I absolutely love this primer, so I'm going to go ahead and apply this all over my skin in preparation for foundation. Next, I'm going to be applying a thin layer of color corrector. This is the NARS Creamy Radiant Color Corrector. I absolutely love this. I'm going to start off by doing it around my mouth where I have a little bit of darkness and hyperpigmentation, as well as underneath my eyes and like towards the inner corner area of my eye. And again, keeping it a really, really thin layer. Just going to go ahead and blend that in with a beauty sponge. And this is a dampened beauty sponge. And I just love the way that it kind of masks everything prior to applying foundation or concealer, and you obviously don't have to use this at all. You can use it with your concealer or after foundation, but I like to do it prior. For the complexion, I'm going to be mixing two of my favorite foundations, the NARS Natural Radiance and the Sephora Best Skin Ever. Both of these have amazing radiant finishes, but together, I'm telling you, next level. It is super beautiful and so like effortlessly flawless. I'm obsessed and blends out like a dream. So I'm just going to apply it all together mixed on the skin and I'm going to be blending it out with a sponge. So for this look today, we are going to be doing a nice bold burgundy lip, so stunning and all the vibes, like I needed to recreate it. And her base was super flawless with like nice flush cheeks, so super pretty. I love recreating celebrity makeup looks, so let me know who you would like to see next. For concealer, I'm going to be taking the Hailey's Beauty Rewind Concealer. I love this. It is so full coverage, yet super natural looking. Covers everything, and it looks like skin. Like, it's incredible. It also has this really nice metal applicator, so it's really cooling on the under eyes, which we love that. So I'm going to apply it right under the eyes, as well as on the sides of the eyes to really uplift them. And I also like to bring it on the corners of my mouth, just to uplift this area as well. Then for a little bit of light contouring and some bronze to the skin, I'm going to take the Persona Cosmetics bronzing stick. So amazing and blends like a dream. I'm going to pop it onto the corners of my cheeks as well as my temples, forehead, a little bit down the nose and my jawline. Blend all of this together with a beauty sponge, and I'll start off with the concealer first. And when I tell you these products blend so seamless and so flawless like, it's incredible. I'm obsessed with it. So I'm just going to keep on blending it in the placement that I did place it. And then, of course, when I go ahead and blend the contour, I like to blend that upwards so we have a nice uplifted effect and a really chiseled area. Also, side note, the sponge that I'm using is the e.l.f. Camo Sponge. I'm so in love with it. I've used this for forever, but I just want to let you know that this is like the perfect sponge to blend out your contour and your concealer all in one. Flip the sponge over, but it's like the perfect size, I feel, for this, especially for like areas like so with the jawline and just like the sides of the cheeks. Like, I just think it's the most perfect sponge. So just wanted to throw that out there. I'm in love with it. I'm going to also blend down the side of the nose contour very lightly, and then I'm also going to add a tiny bit more of this product to like the temple areas just to accentuate that up a little bit more. For the cheeks, I'm going to start off with a cream blush. This one is by NARS. It's a really pretty natural pink blush, and I'm actually going to be layering my blushes today, but she had a really nice flush, naturally pink color to the cheeks, so I'm going to apply it into the apples, but also bringing it upwards as well to really lift the face. And she also did have a little bit more of the blush into like the cheek area, more so in like the center and like kind of by the nose, just a tad. Then taking a touch of the Wander Beauty cream blush as well, I'm going to put a tiny bit of this right over top of it. This one's a little bit more pinker and just pulls the color a little bit more and has a little bit more of a shine as well, which is super stunning. For setting, I'm going to be using the Hailey's Beauty Retouch Powder, one of my favorite powders. It is so flawless. It makes the skin look literally porcelain. It's amazing. I'm going to put it underneath my eyes very lightly, as well as right underneath the contour to cut it up a little bit, and then just keep on blending this in with that sponge. You'll see I go ahead and apply it, but also press it in with that same sponge, and it really just melts into the skin, gives a beautiful natural look. I'm going to also take a little powder and put it on the sides of my eyes as well in that upwards motion, just to kind of set that, but also leave it a little bit bright. And then I'm going to brush away any of the excess using a smaller brush, and as I brush it away, I'll also be pressing into the skin as well, just to ensure that it's in place and all good to go. I'm going in with this new palette. This is by Laura Lee Los Angeles. Super pretty. It's called Candy Skies. Like, look how stunning these shades are. I cannot wait to dabble into this for like a colorful look, but today I'm going to be using that really nice and naturally orange shade, and I'm going to run that into my crease and just basically all over the eye, but I'm going to start off into the crease and just really windshield wipering it in to my eye, and then also putting it like into the tail of the brow to really lift up the eye, and it just gives the most subtle amount of color, but also a little bit of something on the eye as well. Taking Milk Makeup nude eyeliner, I'm going to run that into the inner waterline. This is going to brighten up our eyes, and it does look like she had a nice, obviously bright eye, but like a nice nude eyeliner, so I'm going to pop that right in there. Now I'm going to go ahead and brighten up the inner corners of the eye. I'm going to take the Revlon So Fierce palette, and this is a beautiful like metallic white shade. It is literally so stunning and so pigmented. I'm going to put it into the inner corner area of the eye and also blend it a tiny bit into like the inner section, like inner third of the eye, just a tiny bit, blot it in with my fingers just so it's super natural, but keeping it into the inner section and inner corner. Gonna go back into the Candy Skies palette and take this nice orangey melon shade, the lower lash line area with this defined brush. In the photo, it does look like she had a little bit of a pop of color under there, not so heavy, so I'm just gonna keep it really light, but it's just on the lower lash line area. I'm just gonna smoke it out just a tad. Now I'm going to go in with Laura Mercier blush. This is in the shade Bellini. It's a beautiful natural pink shade. I'm going to take it on this Hailey's Beauty brush and apply it right over top of that cream blush we placed before. This is going to set it down, but also add a little bit more vibrance to it and really pull that blush shade. Honestly, I think this combination that I did with layering was spot on. I was so obsessed with it. Then I'm going in with Persona Cosmetics highlighter, and I'm going to be applying that to the high points of my face very lightly, and mainly down the bridge of the nose and my Cupid's bow. Placing that into the areas I normally do, and then take a sponge and blot over top of it so it really melts into the skin and looks super natural. I also put a little bit onto my chest and collarbone area just to be super glowy. I know I shared this part earlier, but I'm going to take a little bit more of that Rewind Concealer from Hailey's Beauty and apply it right to the corners of my eye in an uplifted motion just to really lift it up. And obviously this is optional, but I did want to have that a little bit more emphasized, and then I'm just going to be blending and blotting it into the skin. Then I'm going in with Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer and applying that over top of the areas we used the cream bronzer before to set it down and give some more bronze. To add a little bit more to the lower lash line area, I'm going to go in with this MAC shadow. So I'm going to take a defined brush and just apply that right underneath and pretty much like pat right on top of the other shade we applied on there as well. And both of them combined just gave the most stunning shade. For lashes, I'm going to be using the Ardell Studio Effects 232 lashes. These are perfect. I went ahead and trimmed them as well. She had more of a dainty, kind of like a half lash, I feel, or at least just not super long. So I'm going to go ahead and trim the outer corners just a little bit to fit my eye better. Make sure everything is seamless. I'm going to go ahead and tightline the upper waterline using a black eyeliner. This one is from Milk Makeup. I absolutely love it. Then I'm going to take Maybelline Sky High Mascara and apply that to the lower lashes. Now in the photo, it looks like she had just the tiniest amount of mascara there, so I'm just going to put a tiny bit, and this really keeps the eyes bright, but still looks put together. Also for brows, I did do them off camera before I went ahead and did the look, but I'm just going to go ahead and spoolie them up with the Patrick Ta spoolie brush and just keep them in place. Then I'm going to go in for the lips. Today we are doing a bold lip color. We are taking the Persona Cosmetics lip liner in the shade 90210. Absolutely love it. It is so gorgeous. And it goes on amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and start out by lining them, and then I'm going to fill it in just a little bit. To go right over top of it, I'm going to be taking the shade She Must Be New from Patrick Ta. This is a beautiful, rich burgundy lipstick, and I love the formula of this. It went on amazing, super creamy. I'm going to go ahead and pop that right over top. I'm going to start out pretty lightly and then just kind of working my way up and keeping it towards the center as well, and then fading it out with a lip brush just so it's all even. And this is the lipstick that Patrick Ta did use on Megan Fox, so I absolutely thought it tied the whole look together, and this is what made me really want to create the look. You guys know I absolutely love my neutral lips, but this pop of color was just everything. So that completes this look. Super simple. I absolutely love it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!